Well, welcome back. Welcome back to me. Welcome back to everybody who's watching. Oh, it's a nice crisp winter morning in the Roadster on my way to work. This is James's morning drive, number 6, I think. We've almost finished the series. It's just kind of, I wanted to make this video this morning just to pretty much say, like, thank you to everybody who has been loyal subscribers, to all my fans who've been watching me on Twitch, to everybody who's been tuning in on Instagram, and to everyone who's come and said hello and joined us at the shows. It's just an opportunity for me to really, explain everything that's been happening this year, and just to clear the air for me, just to say thank you, because you guys mean fucking well to me. Excuse my French. And it's been another tough year for me. Let's delve into that. So at the beginning of the year, I was in very high spirits, as you could probably tell. January, February and March was a really, really good time for me. Obviously I became very confident, and I was coming back out of my shell a little bit, and in general, like, I had a new thirst for life. And then sort of like late spring and summertime, I realised that summer is definitely a trigger for me, as obviously last summer was the worst time of my life, and amongst other things, obviously not having a job that I enjoyed, struggling for finances. My other half, she's still not going through a good time herself, and just the pair of us battling our own problems became such an issue that it affected my own personal life and hobbies and things like that, and I became very reclusive again. So obviously, the reason I wanted to say thank you is to everybody who came to the Glasgow show in June. I may have put up a front, but I was having a really difficult time myself. But yeah, I'm so glad to everybody who came down, and again, thank you to Blue and all of the team there inviting us out to Activity World. I did have a blast, and me and Max and the boys basically want to go back to Glasgow at some point anyway, because I think it'll be such a good idea, because we really fucking enjoyed it there. It's like it's a more open-minded version of London, and yeah, we did really enjoy ourselves there. But yeah, I had another sort of depressive spell similar to what I had last year, and it was really hard to fight it. And instead of going for support straight away, I felt like in my own mind this should be the time where I try and battle it myself, face it, not head on, but just try and come to terms with it in my own pace. And I eventually, I did go back onto sertraline, the antidepressant, and I'm still on it now. And the only reason I came off it last time, in January, was because I felt like, I'm in a better place now, I don't need it. And you can have that mentality, don't get me wrong. You can get yourself into a good place and then stop. But I actually had some advice from my friends, Dan, for example, who said that you should really be weaning rather than cutting it straight off, and you should still be in support and stuff. And I basically just, in my unknown wisdom, I was like, oh no, I'm in a better place now, I don't need it, I feel great. But there was still a lot of things that needed to be discussed, and things that I needed to process that I hadn't. And it's only now that I realised that, because when I was in a bad spell this summer, all I could think of was why am I feeling this way? I started off the year so well, and now I'm back to square one essentially. But for me, what was really beneficial was I've been seeing it advertised everywhere. Funnily enough, even when in my depressive spell, I was still working at the post office, and obviously 80% of your day you're out by yourself delivering your own stuff. So I had my earphones in, and I just was listening to Bad Friends with Andrew Santino and Bobby Lee, and one of their sponsors was BetterHelp, and I'm guessing a lot of other people would have probably heard it as well. It's the online therapy service, which is very sort of it's professionally done, in the sense of you can pretty much choose which therapist you want. You are entitled to 4 face-to-face sessions every month, with constant contact in between through messaging and voice notes and things like that. And I managed to find this guy called Robert Painter, I think his name is. I'll put his link in the description, because he's been so beneficial to my own growth, my own personal health and mental health and everything, that he made the transition for me, like moving to a new job, having my own place now. I have my own flat. I don't know if anyone's been watching on Twitch. It's a different setup now. He made all of those things a much easier and smoother process, and it's benefited me. It's benefited my relationship with my girlfriend. It's benefited my relationship with my family. Everything is like had massive improvements, and because I've had time on my side, I can openly say, like, compared to where I was a few months ago, there has been a massive improvement, and everyone around me has said the exact same thing. So I'm definitely on the right path now, and it's a case of taking the tools that I've learned from this therapist and just pursuing them in my real life. So I was with him for a few months, and then we both came to the fact that, like, obviously you're in a better place now. However, don't lose contact with me. So I have his own personal website and phone number, so I can get through to him whenever I need it. Because it's been a battle of finding the right therapist as well. So he's the third or fourth, I think he's the fourth one actually. The fourth therapist that I've tried. Because you have to make a connection, whether it be like you see them as a friend or a family member, or you make a connection, so you're open and honest with them to say things that you wouldn't normally say to anybody else. And I tried my best with the therapist before, but we just didn't have that chemistry. We didn't have that. I didn't have the ability to be like brutally open. It's nothing against the other therapists, because obviously they're trying their best as well. But I think in my scenario, I needed something different, and he was the first male therapist I tried as well. So I think gender is quite important. So yeah, I think it was like a father figure is how I would relate this therapist. Like Robert, he's an older South African guy, which I love South African people. They're so funny, so entertaining, and just like have so much wisdom, such good storytellers. And yeah, over the course of like a couple of months, I really did have a massive improvement. And obviously, if you do get, like, people get sponsored by BetterHelp, you get like a discount on the first month, and then the following months after that, it's just standard price, and it's still reasonable. Like it works out to like £40 a week, which is kind of like industry standard for a therapist, I'd say. If you want to speak to someone every single week and you're paying individually, it's around that price. So it's not extremely expensive. The only thing that I would find expensive is that you have to pay monthly installments rather than session installments. You hearing that? This car makes some funny noises. But no, overall that has benefited my life dramatically and has put me in a much better place, which has then made me more excited to branch out again. So that's kind of the reason why I made this video, was to explain what my plans are for the end of the year, next year, and setting reasonable goals that I can achieve, rather than how I was in the earlier videos where I've got like a million ideas and being disappointed that I hadn't done them. Because that's the other thing as well, which has come with my new confidence and self-belief, is that I have lots of creative ideas. It's about trying to whittle them down to a handful and focusing on them, rather than trying to do everything at once. And the reason I tried to do everything at once was because earlier this year, I hadn't felt that good about myself, probably since primary school. So it's been like a good 12, 14 years, I'd say, of undiagnosed depression alongside with severe anxiety and what's the word I'm looking for here? Self something or other. But yeah, essentially, like, I just had zero confidence for so long, and now finally, as I've fully developed as an adult and achieved things that I never thought I could, it's given me the confidence to be who I want to be and be myself. It also helps that I've got a fantastic job now and fantastic people around me that has just really, again, built my confidence even more, because there's a job to do, and the job that I'm doing I absolutely love. I'll speak about it another time. Like, if you guys are actually interested in that, I will speak about it. But anyway, so the ideas that I have, obviously, I've been trying to stream on Twitch at least once or twice a week now. I'm trying to have as many special guests as possible. A lot of my friends, obviously Simon Gamer, if you got a chance to watch the one last night, Simon Gamer actually joined us for a while, and we sat down and both did a reaction to his Try Not to Laugh. It was actually, I've already watched it 2 or 3 times since we streamed it, and I've laughed every single time, because there's so many funny little moments that are just genuinely a good watch. So you can either watch that on Twitch, or I'm planning to upload it on Tim Brand. So obviously that's what I'm doing in the meantime, like to fill the gaps and like you guys can interact. On this channel, I'm gonna again try and be as proactive as possible. I made promises like, oh, there'll be new videos every week. I'm not that kind of person. I don't have the time to be able to upload like a decent video every week. So it will be more of a case of I'll put polls out every now and then, and you guys give me what you want to watch, and I'll go off that. So obviously the last video I did was reacting to my old channel, which I found very, very funny, and a lot of people actually enjoyed that as well, so I'm glad you hear it. The reason I've had to put that in private is obviously that was that whole channel and that whole universe was from a different time, and because we are like, it's not a problem, but we are in a woke culture, and people are very, very easy to misinterpret or even try and drag you through the mud for things that you said that you obviously I don't believe in, but it was purely entertainment and comedy. But some people don't see it that way. There's, you know, like there's things that I say and do in those videos that people will get upset by. But the whole point of that YouTube channel and that character was to be the worst person in the world. So there's enough evidence there to prove that like it is just a character and it's nothing like who I am. But that's the reason why it's not privated. It's age blocked. So people know, they literally have to press on the video, know that it's adult content, and there's no reason for them to be upset. That's my logic. What else? God, I might actually be late for work for a change. So yeah, this channel, there's going to be content every now and then focused on things that you guys are actually interested in rather than things that I want to do. And there'll be a mixture of the both. Like obviously every now and then I might upload something that I find interesting, and if you guys watch it, fantastic. If you don't, it's not a problem. It's just more like I'm seeing this channel as like a journal of my life, like things that I'm doing in my own life and things that I enjoy and sharing it with the world. It's pretty much my attitude with that. Now, back to Vaccine Gang and Tim Brand. I know I said in the previous video that Tim Brand is dead, we're focused on music. I think after last night, I think me and Max have rekindled some spirit, and we're going to try new ideas so that there's new content and things for you guys to watch that you can enjoy, and we can only go from there. Like I think me and Max are happy to, again, possibly start uploading again, but we want to try new ideas because we feel like the old stuff has got a bit stale. It is still very, very funny, don't get me wrong. Like when I reacted to some of those old videos, I didn't realise like our comedy and chemistry is so funny and so like natural, even though we're being like the most unnatural people we can think of. So yeah, it was very, very entertaining to watch that, and yeah, it's rekindled the spirit that we had for Vaccine Gang. So there'll be more content. Obviously, Planet Slovene, he's still banging out fantastic little videos, like the one that we watched last night that we both really, really enjoyed. And yeah, I think from now on it is a case of like I'm in a better place, which then makes me feel that I'm in a better place with everybody else. It makes me want to like connect and bond with anybody who's interested in any of our videos. But in regards to Tim Brand, there's a chance that stuff will be kicking back up again. Obviously, any live shows that you guys want us to play at, feel free to let us know. There is one in the works, and it's going to be in a different country apparently, so fingers crossed that happens. Obviously, I really enjoyed the Deptford show in January and the Glasgow show in June. But if there's any more planned, feel free to let us know, and we'll try and plan one ourselves, but we don't have the tools or the skills to be able to book a place. I mean, we did it once. Well, no, Simon did it twice before. I did it once with him in a place in Peckham, which was basically like a youth centre where you could just rent out a hall and do whatever you wanted. So we did a couple of shows there. I'm actually planning to get a compilation of all of the shows that we've done and then uploading that to Tim Brand as well. So I think that'd be quite a good video as well to get people more connected and back into the spirit of the old channel. Oh yeah, and yeah, back to Tim Brand as well. So an idea for new content is to start like doing a live stream with special guests, like obviously Simon Gamer. We might get Kevin as well. I'm trying to think if there's Cool Ambulance, Nowhere Movies. If there's other people in our, like, you know, in our culture, in our squad, shall I say, we'll try and get them to jump on for a bit. Snipers as well, I know he's a big fan, and we love him because he's a fantastic guy. If we could get him involved as well, that'd be fantastic. But yeah, so there's a live stream planned of just reacting to old videos. We're going to both be making a few playlists to watch for sessions and trying to keep them as short as possible, because I think we're going to both get very excited and make like 50 video playlists, which I don't think is the best idea for one video. Like, as much as I enjoy streaming for like a few hours, I know not many people like sitting there and listening to an hour and a half, 2 hour stream, because it's basically a podcast at that point. So I think something along the lines of you know, maybe setting a limit of videos for each session, watching them, reviewing them, and then I'll make a highlights, or get someone to make a highlights for me, and then uploading it in installments rather than just all in one hit like I did with the reacting to Tim Brown video, because that was just testing the waters and just seeing if people would actually be interested in that. Excuse me. Oh, I think I've been talking too much, but yeah, that was pretty much a highlight of everything that's been going on. I'm in a much better place now, so again, thank you to my family, to my friends, to Lydia, to everybody in the community who has gone out of their way to stay in contact, you know, reached out, said really nice things, and yeah, we can only move up from here. That's my plan. We only get one opportunity in this life, and if there's people in your life that you either despise or hate, or you've made regrets, remember it's their only first time on this planet as well. We're all in this together, and there's people that you're going to clash with. That's fine. There's people that you're going to, I don't know, fall in love with. People that you're going to hate. There's people that you're going to be heartbroken by. It's all just part of this one opportunity and one experience that we all get to share together. So I'll finish on that note. Again, thank you all for watching, and thank you for watching this video if you made it this far. If you made it this far, send me a private message and I'll give you a little treat. Thank you all for watching. Take care, and lots of love. Bye bye.